So, hi everyone, Krante this side. What if I told you that you just need a well structured webinar to bring in more high ticket clients for your coaching business? And this is not, I'm joking. So, I'm telling it by like working with many coaches who does their webinar. I've seen my mentors doing webinars. I've seen coaches doing a same webinar for years. Obviously, they are tweaking few of the things, but the structure of the webinar is same. So if you are someone, if you are a coach who are about to start a webinar, okay, because the webinar is an effective way to get in touch with your audience, the effective way to build your authority, to build your trust, to get down your story to among prospect. Okay, so let's just understand about this thing that webinar. If you have a well structured webinar, you can now predict that how many people are came into your webinar and how much conversion is going to happen. Okay, and if you tweak the few things in your webinar, then you will be getting a consistent revenue from your webinars. Okay, so then you will have only have a problem of leads. So then you only have a problem of filling the room, and then you have this ability to do the same webinar every week or twice a week, and you will see that the conversion is happening at this rate, and then you can automate this webinar. So I have seen these coaches who are new to the industry and they just say like, I want to do couple of webinars and then I will automate everything. So automating webinar is not the easiest part of the business. Obviously it will save your time, but before to reach that automated webinar thing, you have to crack the webinar structure for yourself, and it really differs from different niches, different audiences, how they responded it. But I have seen and I have learned a framework, the components of successful webinar. So I'm going to talk about those components, so bear with me. So let us understand, and we'll talk about a free webinar which is easy to start, easy to acquire leads for it, and easy to scale basically. Otherwise, if you are running a paid workshop, paid webinar, paid challenge, then you will see that you are spending more money to acquire one customer, and then you won't be able to survive in the beginning of it. But if you start with a free webinar, then you can have one people at a 50 rupees cost within around 50 rupees or maybe below that. Okay, this is what I've seen. You can gradually start your CPL from 100 rupees, and then you can gradually came it down to 50 rupees if you run the ads very decent way. So first of all, understand what are the different components of a successful webinar, of a 90-minute free webinar. So there are four components in it. The first component is intro. The second component is the content that you want to deliver through your webinar that you have promised. That's why people have registered for it. The third component is sales bridge, and the fourth component is the sales pitch. And after the sales pitch, you can have the quick Q&A section basically. So first of all, let us understand about the intro. So you see, I guess you have also been part of multiple webinars, you have attended many webinars. What have you realized? Okay, it's the intro that makes you stuck, that makes you decide that whether you will be sticking to this webinar for long or not, whether the host is someone with high energy, or maybe the host with some positive energy. If you do the webinar like, oh hi, this is Krantesh and you will talk about these many points, so no, it will not work like this way. So you have to be on high energy, you have to be on a positive energy. Okay, so we'll have this high energy start, then acknowledge for the people who have registered for the webinar, and thank them that they have take out the time to attend your webinar. Now then set the context of the whole webinar that is going to happen. So tell them about like, this is going to be a 90-minute webinar, take the notes, keep your phone on silence, be in a silent room, if possible join from a laptop. Okay, and all of these points you can tell, and you can also tell that I'm not going to entertain any question in between, but obviously I have decided this time at the end of the webinar. So whatever your question might have, just write it down in your notes, and I'm going to answer at the end of the webinar, so that I don't like we don't disrupt the flow. Okay, otherwise whatever things that I'm going to teach, it will be just gone out of my head, right? And then tell them about like what to expect in the webinar. Right expectations make right people stay in the webinar. So you can set that what are the things that they're going to aware about, they're going to learn about, Okay, so aware in this kind of thing, and you can also tell that like at the end of the webinar, I'm going to offer something which is going to be beneficial for in terms of your health, wealth, or whichever niche you are. Okay, and then say if it is resonate with you, you can go ahead. Otherwise, even though if you do not, then also you go away with man of many values. Okay, now, after this, tell them about the industry stats basically. What is happening in the market? What is happening in that niche? Okay, for example, if you are a business coach, then tell them about like in this industry, this is what happening. This is going to be the next capital. If you are into health, tell them about what is the health problem that mainly working professionals are facing nowadays. Okay, and then give a short intro like ask them like, hey everyone, would you like to meet? I introduce myself. So here is Krantesh, and I've been came from a humble background and then started my freelancing journey, and then I started this thing, and now I'm into coaching and consulting coaches. That's why I have made this webinar and all of these things. That you can say a little intro about you. If you have a slides PPT in it, then you can decipher some point about your achievement, about the kind of revenue you have made, or maybe the clients have made through you have made, right? Now, a little bit of a story that what's your background, where you have come from, where's the kind of education you have got, what kind of achievements and all. Okay, number of clients you have worked with. Now tell them also about your mission. What is your mission exactly? Why you are like doing what you are doing? Because there is always a reason why someone is doing something. Like for example, if you are doing webinar, then tell them about like you have become a coach to do so that you do not want to see let people suffer in this area of life, because you have suffered at a point of time, and then when you crack this, I don't know, like I'm speaking so fast or what. It's okay. Okay, so tell them about your mission, vision, what is exactly, and this should be a long term vision. Now, the second component of the webinar is starting from now here, and this is the you will talk about the what are the things that you're going to teach them. What is the thing that you're going to make the audience aware about it? For example, if I'm a career coach, then I will make them understand about the what's going in the industry, and how you can tackle it. What are the challenges they're going to face, and how you can tackle it. Now, do not go on an explanation mode. Do not go, many of the coaches make this mistake of going on a explanation mode. So when people go on explanation mode, people observe that you are saying to make yourself understood that you're an expert. Okay, so do not do this. Otherwise, if you over explain kind of things, your audience will feel smart. They will feel like they will just take notes, and they think that they can do it themselves, and guess what, they don't buy. So tell about the stories, case studies, testimonials along with the concept that you are teaching. Okay, it will, because people want transformation. Okay, because you are explaining to convince yourself that you know your stuff. Okay, so it's actually your insecurity that is equal to your audience escape route. Okay, so do not explain that much that the audience itself figure out what they have to do. Okay, you will just make people aware about what are the challenges, what are the things that are in the market. Okay, and why they should listen to you along with the concept, and then story, case studies, then you can like mingle all of these things. Okay, then the third important component of a sales webinar is your sales bridge. When I say sales bridge, is like when you are transitioning from the content delivery, valuables delivery, to sales pitch. What is your offer now is about. So you can say that like this is the tip of the iceberg, and there is always a lot more to learn. And here's something that I cannot teach everyone, and in this 90-minute masterclass, so it would be much better that we do. So it would be in my next level of offering that I'm going to present to you. Like how many of you realize that if you're not able to implement this, then what this will happen to, like, no, what's happening in your life in terms of your health, wealth, relationship, what's exactly going to happen. So you have to make them just realize, then tell them about, like, that's why you as a coach has come up with this offering, maybe the blueprint, maybe the roadmap kind of thing, or maybe the recorded course, or maybe a direct appointment call basically. And then tell them that if you are someone that believes that they can do it themselves, then you can obviously leave the webinar. You have gained so much. And those of you do think that they need a handing hold support, then they can stay in the webinar. So it's like a qualification kind of thing, that you are removing the people who are not qualified and letting only stay the people who are qualified for the right type of audience. Okay. Now the sales pitch has this mini component that I'm going to talk about. So sales pitch is more about you are explaining your offering, okay, showing the value, stacking up the offering that people perceivably a likelihood of their achievement increases. Okay, if they have got all of the points, all of the things that they want to achieve in their life through your courses, coaching, or mentorship program, then they will easily see this is a valuable offering. Now stack up the value, share the total value, how much worth of uh, money that they are getting in terms of value from your courses. Then you can give them certain of discount in it, but this discount is limited, and maybe or a limited period time that you are doing for this webinar. And always relate it with a story. Story sells. People buy with emotion and justify with logics. Okay, so understand about this story kind of thing. Then uh, then then tell about like this is going to be limited offering. Tell them about the scarcity, urgency. Okay, and then give them this uh, give them the payment link. Basically give them payment link to buy your courses, coaching program, or maybe your direct appointment link. Basically if it is a paid, then just tell them that like if you have to pay here, and then you can book a one-to-one consultation with me. So this is how you can easily nurture people. You can easily nurture people inside the webinar and sell your L1 level of courses in it, and then people who came to become your community part, then you can do a monthly kind of webinar in which you can sell your L2 or L3 kind of thing. Those who need different kind of support on different levels. So but you have to keep on going on the energy, whatever you're talking about, whatever you have knowledge about. Okay, have this high positive energy always. So and also when people are buying it, like call out people's name as they are buying the product. So it will also make other people feel like, oh, other people are buying it, it means that it has something which should not be ignored. Okay. And because I've worked with coaches from scratch. Okay, and they have now they have followed this kind of structure only. Okay, and they only follow this structure and they tweak few other things in it, as add their own flavors into it, and then they just deliver it. So if you are a coach, you want to deliver the webinar, then you can follow this thing. And if you want this roadmap, or this I have this mind map with me that you want, then I can also always DM you. And if you need the one like if you need my support to structuring your webinar, if you are onto that thing, okay, you need if your webinar is not converting, if you are having less show up rate, if you are having less qualified leads, whatever the problem is, okay, I can solve it for you, because I have solved it for many people, many coaches around, many coaches in different niches. So I understand with the things. And so yeah, I guess this is it. With this I rest my voice. Thank you so much.